Hey guys, it's Andra from AndraMariaWellness.com, and today I'm talking about my all-time favorite topic, and that is how to manifest anything that you want and create the reality that you want. So stay tuned if you want to hear my 5-step process to manifest anything that you want. So I've been using this process consciously for about 7 years now. I used it to manifest my now husband. I used it to leave Canada and travel around Europe and Southeast Asia and Australia. I used it when I got to Australia and I manifested my first job in Australia, and I use it literally every single day in my business. So it's something that I deeply feel so passionate about, and I'm so excited to talk more about it with you today. All right, so step 1 to this manifesting process is thinking with intention. Now, we have about 60,000 thoughts per day, and the majority of those are constantly repeating themselves. So in order to manifest something new, you have to have a new thought. Now, the problem here is that a lot of people are so confused about what they want that they just are kind of in this cycle of thoughts constantly, and they don't stop to think about what it is that they'd actually like to call in. So it's really important to get really clear, really specific, and really concise with what you want in your life and what you want to manifest, because that's so important. All right, now I see you. Yeah, you, the one who can barely decide what you're going to order off a menu in a restaurant, let alone decide what you want to manifest in your life. But on a serious note, this is definitely one of the most challenging parts when it comes to this manifesting process. You have to get clear on what it is you want, and sometimes it could take a few days or a few weeks, and that's okay. Think about when you want to book a new trip somewhere, right? You don't have the thought, I want to book a trip to Greece, and then the next day you book it. You think about it, you compare it against other options, and then you make the decision that that's the best option for you. So it's the same thing. Take as long as you need to get that clarity that you need before you invest energy in the other steps. Otherwise, it could just feel confusing down the road. So step 2 is visualizing it. Now, this is actually something that happens quite naturally. Once you start gaining more clarity and you start thinking about something, your mind automatically starts playing it out like a movie. So during this manifesting process, make sure you allow yourself to go there and visualize it and daydream about it and play with it. And remember that you are the boss in all of this. So if you're visualizing something that doesn't quite feel right, you can always change it, and that's totally okay because you're the one that's creating your reality. Step 3 is to feel it. Now, this is the most important step. I don't care if you're thinking about it and you're visualizing it. If you're feeling like you're overwhelmed and it's never going to happen, it's actually never going to happen. You're just attracting more chaos into your life. So you need to check in with yourself. Do I feel anxious when I'm thinking about it, or do I feel at ease and excited and grateful? So what you need to do is really focus on embodying the feeling of what it is that you want to create as if it's actually happening, okay? So when you're visualizing it as if it's happening in the present tense, not that it will happen in the future. It's that it is happening right now, and you see it playing out in your mind, and your body feels like you're there in that moment. Now, it's important for you to embody that feeling, because then you're attaching the emotion of what it's like to have already achieved that event or received that event into your life. And those emotions are literally vibrations that get sent out into the universe, which causes a glitch into the universe and starts bringing things your way. Now, it's important for you to get that your brain actually doesn't know the difference between something actually happening in external reality and something happening just in your mind. So think about when you've had a naughty or bad thought in your life and you felt guilty about it. Even though you may not have necessarily acted on it, you still felt guilty. So then that's a perfect example that your emotions can happen internally even if something doesn't happen externally. So what I want you to do is just really focus on this point. Feel it, embody it. It's so important. So if you're checking in with yourself and you know that you're not embodying that feeling and you're just feeling anxious, then you need to do something about it, okay? If you've, constantly tried this process and it's not working, something needs to change. So what I've done is I've included some of my favorite tips and tricks of how you can embody that feeling in the link below. You can just download it. I didn't want to cram it all into this video, otherwise it'd be super long, but that should definitely help you along this process. Okay, I know I said step 3 was super important, but I actually think step 4 is equally as important. It's taking action. You cannot sit on a cushion and do steps 1, 2, and 3 and expect someone to come knocking on your door with your dream life on a platter. It's just not going to happen. You actually have to do things about it. The universe doesn't respond to lazy people. You have to get out there and make shit happen for yourself. So if you're trying to manifest a new job, you have to apply for jobs. No one's going to ring your doorbell and be like, hey, did someone order a $1 million salary job? No, that just doesn't happen. So take action every single day towards what you're trying to create, because that shows the universe that you're serious and that you deserve it. As I'm going through all these steps, I do realize that every point that I say is equally as important as the last. So you know what? They're all really important, because step 5 is knowing you're worthy of receiving. Now, you need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and know without a doubt that you are absolutely deserving of receiving what you're asking for. So you'll know if you fall under this category in just a moment. Have you ever been so close to having something that you wanted and it's almost there and you could almost touch it, but then the minute it gets so close, something happens and it's like it just falls to pieces and it all disappears, and then you feel sorry for yourself? That's probably because it's a self-worth thing and you don't feel like you're worthy of receiving it. So you do something to sabotage yourself and make it all go away. And this is actually quite common. So if you do fall in this category, you do need to work on yourself to get that self-worth back up. So what I always recommend is working with a practitioner or a coach, just because it's easier, because it's often easier to have somebody else help you work out your stuff rather than your own and call you out on your stuff. But it's super important that you know that you're 100% worthy of getting everything that you want and more. Okay guys, so this wraps up my video on manifesting basics, but like I was saying, I love this topic so much, so please, if you have any questions around this topic, leave me a comment below so I know what you're looking for in the future videos that I make. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button below and hit that red button that says subscribe, because I guarantee you guys this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have so much more information that I want to share with you guys, and I cannot wait. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. This is honestly one of my favorite topics since I was a little girl. Like, I remember when I was younger, my mom gave me my first book that talked about your thoughts creating your reality. I was so excited and I literally like gobbled it up, and I think I was like probably 13 or 14 years old. And since then, this has been just such a big part of my life. So yeah, I love it. I love it.